I used the JumboMax Grips in my entire bag for 10 rounds, and this is what I found out. 1 month ago, I got sent an entire set of JumboMax Grips. I went for the Zen lights. I still have them on my wedges, but I've taken them off my driver and my irons, and here's why. So in terms of first impressions in that last video, the ball flight was lower. I felt like I was able to control it. It felt amazing, and I was hitting it further. But coming out onto the course, I discovered something different. So on the website, and what I felt personally, these grips are meant to quieten your hands. So wherever your face is, it's meant to stay that way. So if you have a hook or a slice, it's meant to kind of like make the ball go straighter pretty much. What I discovered was I could not draw the ball at all. So when I was playing my best golf at the start of the season and the end of last season, I was hitting a tight little draw. I quite have a high ball flight, and it was kind of landing and spinning. And because of these grips, although I want to eliminate that kind of weak fade that I had every so often, that was my miss. Although I wanted to eliminate that, what happened was I could not hit a draw, and a fade was all that I could hit. The ball flight was too low. I was hitting lots of fat shots. I just could not feel the club at all. So I've actually gone back to a mid-size grip on my irons and my driver, and I'm hitting a lot better, back to what I was hitting before. I noticed a huge difference in a positive way for my wedge game. I feel because the face is meant to stay square and it kind of like takes your hands out of the game, you're using your shoulders, my wedge game improved dramatically. So why did I get the JumboMax Grips in the first place? Well, pretty much what I was told was, and with all the reviews online and people around me giving me advice, they said my miss out to the right can be eliminated by the JumboMax Grips, and also I have an injury to my right hand, so it meant that with like regular grips I don't have much feeling in my right index finger and middle finger, which means sometimes with the regular grips I can push it out to the right, and sometimes I can block it. For me, I thought that this would help me massively because all the reviews online say that it helps you square your face. You don't have much hand movement, so if you sit up with your face square, you should, when it comes down to impact on your downswing, the face should be square again. My iron play is my strength. To be honest, I have no idea why I changed. People said to me that it was the best thing to do, so I kind of followed their advice, which is really silly. I think it's probably one of the reasons why my handicap has gone up by 2 or 3 shots. I'm going to show you in a second at the practice green here at Carnoustie just how good they are on the wedges. But before that, I want to show you a direct comparison over the last couple of rounds compared to how I want to be swinging. So let's get into it. So 3 consecutive shots here with the Jumbo Grips. The first is thinned, the second is chunked, and the third, the face is wide open. Inconsistent strikes and a full swing feels very uncomfortable with these grips. Comparing this with the mid-size grips, it feels much better. 3 consistent strikes, one after the other. A little tight draw as well because I'm able to turn my wrists over. Again, feels really comfortable. And we're going to see a little view from the back here as well. As you can see, some really good strikes. Little draw as well, back to what I've been hitting in the past. Very consistent as well. When I go and pick these balls up, they're actually side by side, so really good. In my last video, I said they felt amazing, which they do. At times you hit an absolute pure shot, and with these grips, I'm gonna have to be honest, with these grips I've hit farther than I ever will with the mid-size grips, but it's just too inconsistent for me. Some ball flights are low, or most are very low. I never really have like a high spinning shot with JumboMax Grips. I'll pull them every so often, which I never really hit that many pulls, but for me, I love those high spinny draws or high spinny fades where you can actually like shape your shots because your hands are moving a particular way. With the JumboMax Grips, you cannot do that. Let's go on to the chipping range, and I'll show you why I've kept them on my 3 wedges. Around the greens, those tiny little chip shots and the shots you have to just use your shoulders, I'm really enjoying it. So let's go on to the chipping green just now, and I'll just show you how spinny the shots are with the JumboMax Grips. So the weird thing about the Jumbo Grips, as I said, is that I love them on the wedges. Although I don't like them in the full swing, I don't like them on the driver, I really like them on these partial wedge shots. I'm guessing that the lack of hand movement makes it better for chipping because you're just keeping the face square at all times. Or if you're opening the face as well, it means it's returning open, and it means you can just rock your shoulders back and forward and you get a clean strike almost every single time. I also noticed a massive difference in my spin. Although it's like quite wet on this day, I'm still getting loads of spin on these strikes. Just to reiterate, I absolutely love the feel of the JumboMax grips with my wedges, especially these little partial shots where you just have to rotate your shoulders. I absolutely love it, get loads of spin. Obviously it's really wet today, so I'm not getting as much spin as I'd like, but the feel is just absolutely amazing. For chipping like this, it's just rotating your shoulders and making sure you're on plane. So I'm going to hit a few more shots and then I'm going to show you the putter as well. I absolutely love the putter. But yeah, let's hit a few more of these little shots and I'll show you how good they are. Again, even on these tight lies, I'm able to rock my shoulders back and forward and get a really consistent strike. For me, I would have thought that a smaller grip would be much better for chipping. I'm not really sure why. I thought you had to use quite a lot of wrist movement, but these grips are showing me that you don't need that at all. As long as you're comfortable and as long as you're keeping the face where you want it at all times. So once again, as I said, the feel is amazing. The dispersion rate there is pretty good. I'd be happy with all those chips, apart from the last one, tried to do a big flop shot, couldn't do it. But yeah, really happy with the chipping. That's the reason I've kept them on the wedges. I've seen a huge difference in the spin on my wedges, but also just the control. I love the feel of them. Again, I'm not keeping them on my irons and driver, but I am keeping them on the wedges. One thing I will say about these grips is that they're incredible in the rain. I've been out here for like half an hour, 45 minutes in the rain, and it feels bone dry. That is the one thing that I really like about them as well. The last thing I want to say is I've kept the putter as well. The putter is really, really good. I've also noticed a huge difference in my putting because the JumboMax grip. So thinking back to like why I got these grips, although people around me were saying you should get them, you should try them. I tried them once from someone and really, really liked them. But again, you look online, I think I said it in the last video, you look online and every single article is positive. I don't think I saw one thing about these grips that was negative, so that's why I went and got them. And I was looking at the data on the range and thinking to myself, wow, these grips are really something. If I can get used to them, then I'm going to be hitting some really good golf shots. And after 9-10 rounds, I was actually getting progressively worse. I could not feel the ball. I could not hit shots that I wanted to hit and shots that I could hit. And as a result, my golf game went downhill severely. So since taking them off my irons and driver, I have noticed that I've improved and I'm back to kind of the ball flights and the ball striking that I can usually hit. So again, if you want to get these grips, I would definitely think about trying them maybe over 2 or 3 rounds at least before buying a full set, because I made the mistake of getting a full set where I definitely did not need it. If I was to recommend anything, I would say try them on your wedges first, because I've noticed a massive difference. But I would definitely maybe try them on 1 or 2 of your irons at the range. Go and play proper golf at a golf course, maybe 18 holes, 9 holes, whatever. But definitely try them for at least 2 or 3 rounds before you go and buy them, because you don't want to make the same mistake that I did. If you haven't already, please make sure you like this video. It helps my channel massively. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. There's plenty more reviews, plenty more 18-hole vlogs. I've still got a vlog style series where I'm trying to improve my golf game after a disaster start to the season. So if you want to see that, the videos are on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.